Welcome to the free audiobook version of The Everyday Pain Guide, your go-to guide when pain first strikes. Hi, I'm Dr. Ya-Ling Liu, and the podcast is taking a little detour to make my new book available in an audio-friendly version for everyone out there. Each episode will feature a bite-sized snippet from the book, and together we'll work our way through as much of it as is possible in this format. What's exciting about this is that I'm reading parts of the book to you before it's even available on the shelves. Plus, unlike with a traditional audiobook, you can engage with the content and chat with me about what you hear. You get to ask questions and tell me what you think as each episode rolls out. So sit back and relax as I bring you today's installment of the second book in the Everyday Pain Guide series, Fix the Fire Damage. In the last two episodes, we've been working our way through the release phase of action with ideas on how to let go of our big three inflammatory garbage items, all for the sake of less inflammation and hopefully pain-free body chemistry. We've covered sugar and processed food, and today we're releasing caffeine. Please remember that the information, techniques, and suggestions discussed here are not intended as a substitute for your own medical care. Always consult a healthcare provider before implementing any advice referenced here. Number 3, caffeine. You're not alone if you depend on caffeine to help you face the day, but it is possible to get the energy boost and attitude adjustment without your morning caffeine intake. It will take time, but it can happen. And you might even find more long-lasting energy once you commit to it. Caffeine isn't just found in coffee or tea. It's also a key ingredient in commercial energy drinks, chocolate, and even found in some vitamin supplements. There's an abundance of research supporting the health benefits of coffee, black tea, and green tea, in part because of their antioxidant protections. What's not talked about as much is the thing that draws us all to it, and that is caffeine's ability to spike the release of adrenaline, also known as epinephrine. That's what gives us the energy boost we've come to rely on, and who can blame anyone for loving that? The problem with it is the impact adrenaline has on our glucose metabolism. Yes, we're talking once again about sugar. The release of epinephrine by caffeine ingestion causes an increase in blood glucose. And as you've already heard, it's an established fact that high blood sugar can contribute to inflammation. Release your caffeine. First of all, if coffee is your preferred caffeine source, you do have to give up on the hope that you'll find a drink that tastes like coffee. It won't, and you'll have to adjust. Yes, you can also opt for decaffeinated coffee, but for some people, the coffee bean itself can contribute to acid reflux, a separate inflammatory issue not associated with caffeine, in which case, a different drink altogether would simply be better. If you're thinking of moving to tea for this reason, be aware that both black and green tea contain tannins, which are associated with some health benefits, but also can trigger acid production in the stomach, causing pain for some people. On the positive side, usually teas have a third to half of the caffeine that coffee does. They also contain an amino acid that is not found in coffee called L-theanine, which is known for stimulating the release of brain chemicals like serotonin, dopamine, and GABA. Those are brain chemicals that help with mental focus and relaxation. Some believe it's the L-theanine that offsets the caffeine jitters typical of coffee but less present with tea intake. Caffeine-free substitutions. Add a B-complex vitamin supplement. Yes, if you eat a balanced diet, you get plenty of B vitamins in your food. However, during times of stress, the body needs more than usual and can often use a little help. The foods that commonly offer a decent array of B vitamins include animal protein like fish and chicken, organ meats like beef liver, eggs and dairy, beans, oats, and spinach. Because one very important B vitamin can only be found in animal products, vegans and vegetarians must supplement their B vitamins. People who take acid blockers for longer than a year also must supplement because the acid blockers keep the body from being able to absorb B12 in particular. If you've wondered why B complex and not just one or two B vitamins, it's because each B vitamin enhances and needs the others to function optimally. The whole family of B vitamins is essential to producing energy inside your cells. The energy currency molecule, adenosine triphosphate or ATP, is what gives us literal energy, physical and mental get up and go. The more available B vitamins you have, the more energetic you'll feel. In fact, it's important to avoid taking these too close to bedtime because they will keep you awake. And if that's true, then they also must be able to help boost your morning energy. One word of caution is to always take B vitamins with food or on a full stomach, unless specifically prescribed otherwise. Often, these vitamins will cause nausea and bad-tasting burps if taken on an empty stomach. However, you should have no concern of overdosing on B vitamins because they are water-soluble, and whatever isn't used will simply be flushed out. But as with everything, make sure to check with your doctor first. There are some rare situations where this might not be true. Choose a morning cardio workout. Consider starting your day doing 15 to 30 minutes of cardiovascular activity to raise your heart rate. This could be stationary bicycling, skipping rope, a brisk walk, or any number of other activities depending on how they best fit into your life. Start with cardio only, 15 minutes minimum, and then stay open to increasing your time in the future or adding a strength workout after the cardio to take advantage of your warmed up muscles. You may find that this helps you feel more alert throughout your morning. Have a nutritionally dense meal first thing in the morning. After your workout, once you've hydrated, have a good solid meal. Make it a well-balanced meal that you could imagine having for dinner. Something green and leafy, something high in protein, and a whole grain or wild rice or lentils. If you enjoy a traditional breakfast, add an egg prepared any way you like and toss it in with the meal or use it as the main protein. You can even have a savory oatmeal dish for the same effect since oatmeal is more classically a breakfast item. A nutritionally dense meal doesn't have to be big or bulky, and it will get your body revving. After you give yourself time to digest, you'll feel steady energy for several hours. Try decaffeinated alternatives. Coffee, green tea, and black tea all come in decaffeinated iterations and still contain tiny amounts of caffeine, which can still feel like a bit of a lift after your body gets used to less daily caffeine. Add one or two adaptogens. This is a category of herbs and or medicinal mushrooms that can be supplemented to help your body process or adapt to stress, hence the name adaptogens. Some examples are ashwagandha, ginseng, holy basil, and licorice root, as well as mushrooms like reishi, chaga, shiitake, and more. Be very careful when adding herbal stimulants and adaptogens. Some varieties can interfere with blood-thinning medication, increase blood pressure, and/or cause sleep disruption. It's always very important to check with a provider who knows your medical history. As you can see, each of the big three types of garbage leads right back to sugar as being the main culprit. Sugar is deceptively omnipresent. It's the common denominator, the underlying factor in many low-grade inflammation pain situations. If you can control your blood sugar, you can better control your pain. That completes another section of the Body Chemistry Action Plan from Volume 2 of the Everyday Pain Guide series, Fix the Fire Damage. I have a lot of thoughts about releasing caffeine, and I'm sure you do too. I'll definitely be posting at least a few bonus videos about this topic. Please come find me over at my Substack publication, Better Pain Coping, where you can see those videos and chat with me about releasing caffeine. It's where you can share your thoughts about any of these episodes, or just find some extra content, including the many research references that informed my writing for this chapter. I'd love to see you there. Check the links in today's show notes to see how you can join the conversation. In the next episode, we're setting the stage to continue with the release phase of the Body Chemistry Action Plan. See you then. This episode was an excerpt from The Everyday Pain Guide, your go-to guide when pain first strikes. Written and narrated by me, Dr. Ya-Ling Liu, with audio editing and production provided by Organized Sound Productions. Do you have questions or comments about today's episode? You can shoot me an email anytime at hello@stopeverydaypain.com. That's HELLO@stopeverydaypain.com. If you have friends or family members who you know are struggling with persistent, recurring aches and pains, tell them to check out the podcast while they're waiting for the book. To help me get this information to as many people who need it as possible, please consider leaving an honest review, but I'd also be super grateful for a simple like, follow, or share. Thank you for helping me put a stop to everyday pain.